Not much you can't say about Casey and Sherry. Two great people. Can't ask for a better guy. And Sherry, I mean, been over backwards to do anything for you. Couple little funny things, put a little background and everything. When they first started dating, Sherry is an ish person when it started, and everybody in the family knows this, but turn it off. Anyhow, when they first started dating, Sherry's always an ish person. And if you know the Norses, they're never late for anything, they're always early. You know, first started dating, me and Holly go on a dinner date with them. Well, okay, how about 6-ish? No. You say 6, you're gonna be there at 6. Anyhow, one of them things. And then now every time I come home, it's on the other side. You see how Dad's changed some. There's always a different picture hanging in the living room, or different saying on the wall. It's like, I bet you picked that out, didn't you? But no, you can't ask for any better people. And I'm glad Sherry's part of our family now, and I'm happy for the both of you. Congratulations.
He said his speech was going to be short, mine's going to be long.
Sister, and I am Sherry's oldest sister now. So I just want to share a few things with you. Let me get this all spread out here. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, all of you may not know about us Norrises, so let me just give you a little background. There are 10 of us. There were 5 of us, and then Mom and Dad bought a TV. Okay, and 5 years later, the TV broke. And then there were 5 more. Okay, so the first group of 5, we in the family have always referred to as the big kids. And then the second set, we refer to as the little kids. Now, that might be a little confusing, but Casey, stand up. Okay. This is one of the little kids, right here. Okay? And I am one of the big kids. Little kids, stand up so they can all get a look at you. Okay, all the little kids, stand up.
I'm the first.
Okay. So those are the little kids. Now big kids, stand up. I know it's hard, we're older, but stand up. Okay, Steve's way back there in the back. Okay. So, being one of the big kids, and the oldest girl, and God knows after all those kids, Mom was tired, so she needed a little help. So it fell to me, being the oldest, of course, I'm the wisest, but it also fell to me to help the little kids, with advice and kind of watch out for them along the way. So a few years ago, when I heard that Casey was dating this young lady named Sherry, I felt that it was my job as the oldest and the wisest to make sure all was good with Sherry. So, let me check my notes here now. Oh yeah, okay. So all was good with Sherry, and we all got to know her. And then I heard at one point, Casey brought her to Mom's house on Sunday morning. Oh, well, you all need to know when you go to Mom's house on Sunday morning, there's about 20 family members there. And just because you're new, we don't cut you any slack. We just treat you like you've been around for a while. And Sherry just blended right in like she was part of the group, okay? Now, I didn't always get to observe all of these things because I live in Colorado, but there's email and there's phones, and so I kept up. And what I learned about Sherry was, and now I don't want to leave anything out, so I'm going to refer to my list. I learned that Sherry, if I can see this, that she's no. She's a fiercely protective and loving mother. Yes. She keeps her family and friends close. She loves children and dogs. My husband loved her because she loved to garden. She is a fabulous cook, and she has entirely no sense, none whatsoever, about direction. Okay. Casey, have you got her a GPS yet? Because she needs one. Okay, good. All right, I don't have to worry about that now. Thank you. Okay. So she fit right into our family right away. And I watched as she and Casey worked hard to make their two separate families blend together as one. I learned firsthand during a difficult time what a kind and compassionate person she was. And she put a big smile on Casey's face. Okay, so we were all happy about that. Of course, I was delighted last year when I learned that Casey and Sherry were coming out to visit me, because I thought, oh, I'm going to have her in my house. I'll get to know the real Sherry. And I learned 3 really important things. Okay? This woman is a power shopper. Okay? You can take her to a store door, she looks in, she does one sweep of the room with the eyes, and she can decide if it's worth going on in and checking it out, and if there's a bargain in the back, she's seen them. Okay? That's one. Okay? The next thing is, we spent a lot of time on my deck at night having dinner, and I learned that Sherry loves to chat over a glass of wine with me and Casey. And Casey too. Okay? And then the third thing that I learned about Sherry is that she is a down, hard, and dirty, screaming, yelling, punching, stomping football fan! Yeah! Okay? So that night, when I went to bed, I thought, oh, God, Casey has found the perfect woman. So I thought I needed to have a little chat with God. So I got down on my knees, and I said, now, God, I know you know who Sherry is, and I want to remind you about these 3 things that I learned today about her. And also, bonus, she's Italian. Because we have one sister, Tina, who for years thought she was Italian. And now that we actually have one in the family, Tina, okay, just so you know you're not Italian. This is Italian, okay? So anyway, I got down and I thought, I'm being the oldest and the wisest and needing to take care of things, I needed to have a little talk with God. So I said, God, don't let Casey mess this up. Welcome, Casey. So, I wanted to say that, and then I wanted to say one other thing about Sherry. When she was a little girl, like most little girls, she thought someday she would grow up and be a beautiful princess. And a knight in shining armor would come along on a big white horse and help her up to sit behind him on the horse, and they would ride off into the sunset. The end. Well, in real life, it's not a fairy tale. And what happened to Sherry is she grew up to be a beautiful young woman. She met a tall, handsome farmer who wore jeans, a t-shirt, and a ball cap. He rode up to her on a big green John Deere tractor. And he reached down and helped her climb up and sit next to him, not behind him, but next to him as a partner and an equal. And they went for their first ride on the tractor. And they're going to ride a lot on that tractor. And instead of the fairy tale, the end, it was just the beginning. And so, being the oldest here, I brought them for you, okay? Being the oldest and the wisest sister, there's just one little piece of wisdom that I'm going to share with you. And this is how to make your marriage perfect, okay? And it's a secret, so don't tell. Okay? Here's the secret. Continue to do exactly what you have been doing all along. Work hard, sharing the load. Take time to play together. Hold on to each other. Laugh loud and often. And love like there is no tomorrow. So now, would everyone join me, Bob, Dad, Rita, and Howard in toasting this wonderful, beautiful couple, Here's to the beginning. We love you.
Here, here, here.
All right.
All right, at this time, if we could have the Norris